works right out of the gate here, Greg. It only takes 2 plays to put 6 on the board, and they do it with a big touchdown.
Mike, each week when we talk to teams, they emphasize how important it is to get off to a fast start. Well, this team, they took it to a new level. Second play of the game, big touchdown, they strike first.
The extra point by Sanders is good, and the Dolphins will take a 7-0 lead. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. On the return, it's Dameon Pierce. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. Stroud gonna throw right away. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
Talk about a thing of beauty. Mike, did you see how many tight ends were on the field on that last play? They call it 13 personnel because there's 1 running back, 3 tight ends, 1 wide receiver. So everybody on defense is thinking run. They catch them off guard a little with the pass, and they take advantage of it with a big gain downfield.
Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9, just a yard short of that 1st down. Second and a yard. Again, they'll give it to Mixon. He'll push forward for about a yard. Play is made on defense by Jordan Brooks. You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for this with Mixon. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking 1st down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
A short throw pulled in by Schultz.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need, but really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. He'll let this go deep for Diggs. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You've got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Open man downfield, Tyreek Hill. And they're going to get this all the way up close to the 40-yard line.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. You just saw a great example of it here.
He finds the open man, Braxton Berrios. Down to the 10. And he will go all the way. Braxton Berrios. Touchdown, Dolphins. Sanders here for the extra point. And this one is blocked. touchdown. Myers is back to boot this one away. And this one is fielded in the end zone. Will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. Schultz is the motion man. On first down, it's Stroud. Now here's another ball that's intercepted. And he is going to score! A pick six for the touchdown. We saw it earlier, the defense on the quarterback with the earlier interception, and now Greg, not only do they pick him, they turn it into a pick six.
And Mike, the reality is,
and this one is blocked.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. Now he takes off. We are through one. It's the Dolphins with the early lead. More from Houston coming up in a moment. Dell motioning over. Stroud to throw here on first down. Over the middle. He's got the tight end Schultz. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
it's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins. And it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline. So as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
He's going to keep it himself.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
They face second down and 7. Stroud to throw. Open man, the tight end, Brevin Jordan. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. A run here with Mixon. That is a gain of 15, and now it's 1st and goal.
It's been a really nice drive they've been able to put together, Mike, and I think the key word is balance. Not having to rely too heavily on either the run or the pass. Continue to mix it up, going back and forth. Keep the defense off balance. A lot of success.
What an important sequence this is, trying to get one of those scores back before halftime in a great spot. First down and goal. They'll run here with Mixon. And he's in! Joe Mixon. Touchdown, Houston. Stroud comes to the line. The Texans going for two. He'll look to throw. That's pulled in, and they're able to tack on the two-point conversion.
Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy's better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Tua. That's caught by Smith on the right side. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode, and that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points.
And he will score. Jalen Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone. Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. Here's Pierce for the return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he brings this back all the way to midfield. Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. Now he'll run it. Stroud avoids the contact as he slides to a stop after picking up the first down.
A quarterback who can extend the play with his legs, Mike, is just such a key element to today's modern offenses. You can see there was nowhere for him to go with the ball, but he decides to turn into a runner, picks up a great gain, and ultimately a first down.
Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. There he goes again. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Here's a timeout, Houston. That's their second. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this first half. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Dell motioning over. On 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. To the left side, and caught by Schultz. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
Well, a chance to get right back in it here. First down and goal. From the gun, here's Stroud. He's got his big tight end, Dalton Schultz. Touchdown, Texans. Well, that is a step in the right direction, finding the end zone. I don't know, Greg, could this be building some momentum for these guys, and that's important before halftime?
Absolutely, and I think the biggest thing this coach is trying to get across right now on the sideline, Mike, is let's just cut into this lead and let's make it a one-score game at half. So they still got some work to do, but if they can go into halftime, regroup, catch their breath, just keep it close, give yourself a fighting chance here out of the break.
And he'll get into the end zone, doing it on his own. Successful two-point conversion. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Here comes D. Eskridge on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. On play action, it's Tagovailoa. Sending it deep for Waddle. Oh, the defender able to get his head around and intercept it. It's the safety, Jalen Petrie. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
So they're implementing a cover 2 system, and what that means is on the back end, Mike, your two safeties are going to split the field in half. They got to cover from the middle of the field all the way to the side.
And for the third time in this first half, he's been intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Brooks. And they extend the lead. The defense joining the party. A pick 6 for a touchdown. Greg, they are extending this lead out.
Yeah, now you've just seen both sides just make their impact felt here in the first half. The offense has done their part, and now it's the defense that is able to capitalize on the turnover and take it all the way back for the pick 6.
The extra point by Sanders is good. And the Dolphins add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Here's Pierce for the return. Ho-ho! And he brings this back all the way to midfield. Here's 1st and 10. Now, Stroud. He will let this go. Deep downfield for Dell. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
I think all of us up here in the booth were curious, how is this quarterback going to bounce back following the pick 6? And, a lot of guys come back and they're very conservative and they just want to dink and dunk because they're scared to throw another pick. Well, we found out pretty quickly. Not this guy. He's going to continue to attack the ball downfield,
and he will go all the way. Dalton Schultz. Touchdown, Houston. His second touchdown of this first half.
Mike, I'm not sure how else to put it other than this is just a complete defensive breakdown. I mean, from where this ball was snapped, you simply have to just defend the end zone, and if they throw it short, come up and rally tackle. If they throw it in the end zone, high point the ball and knock it down. You cannot give up 6 points to end this half.
That is caught, and they get the 2-point conversion. So we're at the half, and the visiting Dolphins are in the lead. As we'll send you over to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman standing by. He's got the EA Sports halftime report. Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out, so they'll take over at the 30-yard line. To throw, it's Stroud. And this throw batted away and incomplete. He was looking for Stephon Diggs there, and it'll be second down.
I think at some point for this quarterback, he has to start looking some other directions. I mean, he's tried to get the ball now to this guy multiple times, and all of them have resulted in incomplete passes. I'm not saying don't throw it to him in the future, but maybe get yourself a couple easy completions elsewhere before you look back in his direction.
Man in motion, it's Diggs. On second down, Stroud. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. He didn't force anything there, but now it's going to bring up third down. Stroud. That's caught. It's Joe Mixon. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a fourth down decision to make.
He's got his tight end. It's Schultz. And he's going to have a Texans first down. They'll have it by a lot. It turns out to be a big gainer on fourth down.
Well, you can see the entire sideline and, frankly, the entire fan base kind of holding their breath. That decision on your own side of midfield to go for it on fourth down, had they not gotten it, that's a tough position to put your defense in, but that's a conversation for another day. The offense is going to stay on the field after the conversion, and now they got to see, can they take advantage of that aggressive play call and finish this drive with points?
That's good for 27 and a first down. On the handoff, it's Mixon. And a spirited run there, somehow managing to gain a couple of yards. Look him up on a second down and 8. Throwing is Stroud. There's that man again, another catch. And the Texans are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle's made here at the 3-yard line.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's first and goal.
And he will take this one across into the end zone. C.J. Stroud, touchdown Texans. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Stroud comes to the line. The Texans going for 2. That's going to be incomplete. That would have been a tough grab. The collision jarred it loose. The try for 2 is unsuccessful.
Tiny Fairbairn at the kickoff for Houston.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. Here's Eskridge now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. First and 10. Out of the pistol, here's Tua. That's to the left side and taken in by Smith. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and
that's to the sideline and intercepted. That's the safety, Jimmy Ward.
Well, with this guy might lose a little bit, Mike, as he gets long in the tooth. He certainly makes up for it in experience. You're not going to be able to do a lot of things to trick him on the back end. He reads this play right from the jump, makes a great break on the ball, and if that ball hits his hands more times than not, it's going to be a takeaway.
Now he'll run. 12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick first down.
Mike, this is an impressive run, especially considering the fact it was zone coverage. That's a lot of defenders with eyeballs in the backfield focused on the quarterback. So to be able to escape the pocket and pick up good yardage, really good play.
Now Stroud. That's complete to Diggs. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, out inside the 20. A gain there of 27 yards.
Now, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
Dolphins 34, Texans 30.
They're at the 17-yard line now for first and 10. Now a handoff. Oh, a wrinkle. Here comes a reverse. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards.
He was brought down by Kendall Fuller. It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5 at the 12-yard line.
They'll break the huddle. It's second and 5. They'll run a draw with Mixon. And he's close to the first down. Gets 4 yards on the gain, but it will bring up third down. Here we go. 3rd and a yard. They'll try to sneak it here.
If you send your field goal unit on the field, Mike, it gives you a chance to chip away at this deficit. But I think I'm keeping my offense on the field. I'm going to one of my critical plays on my call sheet. Keep this drive alive. The hope is to come away with 6.
He'll try to run. And he's into the end zone. C.J. Stroud. Touchdown, Houston. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that fourth quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
Now a big spot here for the Texans as they'll try for two. Back to throw, Stroud. Oh, they got the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tyrell Dodson. And the Dolphins are going to take possession. They've got it at their own 42.
Texans 36, Dolphins 34. Kaimi Fairbairn at the kickoff for Houston.
So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Here's Eskridge now to return it. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line.
Take over first down here at their own 37-yard line.
They'll come up for 1st and 10. Off play action, it's Tua. To the left side, in the hands of Hill. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line. They are cooking to begin this drive. This play going for 30 yards. Play action. Tagovailoa. That's hauled in at the 2. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. A pickup of 10, and it's going to set up 1st and goal. They'll drop to throw. That is caught. What a job on the scramble. Jalen Waddle. Touchdown, Dolphins. His 2nd TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. Now a big play here. Dolphins will go for 2.
The Dolphins are lining up for a
Throwing again, it's Tua. This is caught. He's got it. And they tack 2 more onto their lead.
36. Jason Sanders is the kickoff for Miami.
So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. This is 1st and 10. Man in motion, it's Diggs. Here comes second down. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. This guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
Time now becoming a factor as we get to third down. To throw is Stroud. That'll be taken in by Mixon. They get 15 on that game. It's good for a Texans first down.
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it, they should have plenty of time here to finish this drive.
Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. Taking off. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down.
You can see here, Mike, the impact that sending your receivers deep does to the defense. You add so many layers, and the defense has to get so much depth in their pass coverage. It leaves a lot of room underneath, and that's exactly what the quarterback takes advantage, tucks the ball down, turns into a runner, picks up the first down.
Stroud to throw here on first down. He'll run again.
He tried to buy all the time he could, but when he saw that space, he quickly turned from thrower to runner, and he's able to pick up a nice gain on first down.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Stroud gonna set up to throw. He'll take off again. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
When you find yourself trailing here late in the game, decision-making is critical. Not only is he able to extend the drive by picking up the first down with his legs, great job by the quarterback understanding, get out of bounds, stop the clock, save as much time as possible as they try to make a comeback.
Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. That is caught. And this is going to be a touchdown. A game-tying TD here in the final minute.
Just a tremendous finish to what's been a tremendous game, Mike. I mean, not only did they get that late touchdown here in the final stages, but here with time winding down, they're an extra point away from taking the lead and likely coming away with a big victory.
Now a big spot here for the Texans as they'll try for 2.
Will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Stroud to throw. And he'll get into the end zone, doing it on his own. Successful 2-point conversion. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and we'll come out to the 20-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Fake the handoff. Now, Tua. That one brought in by Berrios. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
As the saying goes, Mike, you need your big-time players to make big-time plays, and the moment doesn't get bigger than this. Find yourself down. A touchdown gives you a chance to win this thing in regulation, and I think they got a shot.
2 timeouts still in their back pocket. It's 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now, Tua. He's got Berrios. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and that's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here. Here's first down. A play fake. Now Tua to throw. Into the hands of Berrios. And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down. So here comes Jason Sanders in a big spot. This to win the game. On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. One last throw here for Tua. And this is going to be a touchdown. What a finish. They win it on the final play.
And you can see by the look on the defense's face, Mike, they kind of share in all of our disbelief. They know they needed one stop, one tackle, and they win the game. But instead, the play call works to perfection. He looks it in, takes it in, touchdown.
So a win here for the visiting Dolphins. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Houston, good night, everyone.